Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the secret society of aging divas. It's time for us to get our freak on, to get our grooves back, to step into our power. That's right, sweethearts. It's all about us. A show finally that's for and about us ladies. We're gonna do it all here now. Yes, we are. The Secret Society of Aging Divas. It's our time, and this is our place. Hi, my name is Julie G, and I'm an aging diva. How about
you? It is I, SAMIRA CHEHABI, because Julie needed the night off. She and the lovely Frederick, her husband, they have been in this teenage romantic mood, and she wanted to come back, and I just assured her that I've watched the show enough to cover for her, and I am her servant after all. Who would like to announce the question segment?
I can announce them.
That would be lovely. And your name is Constance, is that right?
Constance, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you the one that my mistress refers to as Cookie?
Yes. So I have been called.
Well, it's very nice to make your acquaintance. You are Miss Barbara, is that correct? Or Barb?
That's correct. I am Barbara.
And you, I believe, are her sister. I think we've met before, is that correct?
Yes, Abby.
Yes. And isn't that interesting that two of us have a sister named Abby on this panel? You're going to be doing a segment about
having independence from my special needs child as he gets older. So he's independent now. And so it's my Independence Day.
I will announce the show in just a moment. Just make it happen, okay? As Jay Griffin says, let's get off the pot, okay? You've waited long enough. If it isn't coming to you, just get off the pot. We know what that's about. We know what I'm saying. I just don't want to see any swears or anything that is too dirty or smelly. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Secret Society of Aging Divas. I am your temporary host, your guest host tonight, standing in for the great, the wonderful, the vivacious Julie. My name is SAMIRA CHEHABI, and I am her servant. And I am the servant and star of Trends Out Live. And tonight I am your servant and your friend. So let me start the full introduction of this program, which is for and about us ladies, which is a program for female empowerment as we go through the change and as we live our life abundantly and vivaciously and lovingly, and most importantly, as my employers taught me, happily. Grace is nice too, but sometimes grace doesn't fit all that other stuff. My name is Sammy C, and I am an aging diva. And who are you?
My name is Abby C, and I am an aging diva.
My name is Barbara, and I am an aging diva.
My name is Constance, and I'm an aging diva.
I believe that you're going to be helping me quite a lot tonight, and I do so appreciate that. I'm going to hand things over to Constance, and she's going to start us off. Go ahead, Constance.
Okay, first we will read the Diva Doctrine. Abby will be starting us out on that.
I made it through it all. I am a survivor.
And I communicate fully, and I enjoy my life. I can accomplish anything, and I joyfully thrive.
Life is full of beautiful surprises. I am vivacious and beautiful. I am a clear channel of universal intelligence.
I believe you had two more, Constance. Could you enter in two more before I read mine?
I am evolving, and I make my needs heard.
My employer gave me permission to make up my own Diva Doctrine affirmations. Since I'm here in America, I'm free to say whatever I please. I am glad to be in touch with my clitoris. The second one is, I only associate with men who know where my clitoris is. Very, very good. So we know who we are, we know how we feel and what is important to us, and beyond that next is the next two questions, I believe. Can you read those, please?
Yes, we have questions that I'd like to hear everyone's answer to. Abby, maybe we can start with you. Is there anything that you do almost every day that you want to stop doing? It could be a behavioral issue, a dietary issue, any physical or emotional or spiritual thing, or any programmed behavior that you do that you would like to correct.
Yes, I thought a lot about this question. A lot of those things apply to me right now. And I think certainly, now as I'm going to talk later about having my son move out and have less day-to-day responsibilities for his regular care. One of the big things, feeling like a bit of a burden to me is just that I feel responsible for almost everyone around me all the time. And I'm trying to kind of find a way to push back without having people feel left out. I think that's one of the big things. And in saying that, I think a lot of it too is just speaking my truth. I used to hold things in all the time, afraid of rejection, afraid of people not liking me. I don't worry about that so much anymore. More important is to speak my truth and to kind of say what's on my mind, and if I need something from somebody, to express it. So that's been good.
Is there something that you want to do that you're not currently doing?
I want to take better care of me, which I haven't been, and I haven't been terribly motivated to, even though I have a lot of health concerns. Kind of pushed that away from myself and taking care of everyone else. It kind of made it easy to forget about myself. And that's certainly not helpful to me or to people who care about me and my health. I need to make myself a priority. As far as like living up to a dream, I've had a lot of health scares, and I think just living day to day and enjoying every day is what's huge. And both my parents died very young, and the fact that I'm still alive at 59 years old, I'm like, yes. I feel very grateful and thankful for, everything I have, and the fact that I still have chances, and I just need to learn to make better use of them. Yes, Samira.
I just wanted to say that my employer said many, many times that how proud she is of you for taking the steps that you have taken, and how much more beautiful you seem to look every single day. And that's to your credit. So you must be doing a lot of things right. So good to
Very
you.
nice. Thank you.
Very good. Blessings.
I appreciate that.
Do you mind if I take this off? This jacket's getting a little hot. I put it
hot.
on.
Don't.
The air conditioner is on. It's just a little bit hot in here. And I'm going to take these sunnies off because there's no sun in here. Oh, then you can see my lovely makeup job.
Ooh, very
Wow, very nice.
stunning.
Who goes next?
Barbara, is there anything that you do every day that you want to stop doing?
Every day I wait. I'm waiting for some relationships to maybe change, to be improved. I'm waiting for things about family and friends, and trying to find ways for things to be better for them, sort of like you, Abby, wanting things to be better. And I realize that I'm enjoying the relationships. I'm enjoying them already. I'm enjoying the phone calls and whatnot, and maybe people aren't coming to see me, and I wish things would be great, for some people in my family, but when I go visit them, I'm having a good time. So I don't have that much of a problem along this journey, I guess. For the past 3 months, I've been dealing with unemployment. So that's another wait story in things that it isn't like it should be, and trying to fix it and call senators and everything else. And I did that for most of the day today. It's been a comedy of horrors. So, but the biggest thing, interestingly enough, I had a Zoom conference with the people at the healing center where I treat clients. And 2 of them are back as massage therapists. And she just wanted to talk with the rest of us and see how we're feeling. When do we think we're coming back? Oh, I'm saying things like, well, I have to be really in the flow to hypnotize somebody, not be wearing a screen and a thing on my lap in case they spit on me. I'm just not in the flow. Plus, I'm worried because of the coronavirus. The coronavirus is a big thing. I just want to protect myself, and I'll know when I'm ready. So then I said, it's really great that we're at phase 3 already. I mean, things are moving along pretty well. And so I said, I want to wait for phase 4. So the manager said something to me that I think is probably a bigger question for today. And she said, well, Barbara, what do you want to do if there is no phase 4? And my eyes got big. I'm like, no phase 4? It's in my plan for phase 4. So this is a thing I've been thinking about. So I think we just have to take care of ourselves and do what we feel is right when we feel it's right. And the best thing is that we have to be comfortable with precautions and know that we have control to screen things in work and in life. And maybe that's been something we should have paid more attention to all along. I wish it would get resolved. That's just what I have to say about what I've been doing recently that has been not easy for anybody.
You are quite wise. You are quite wise to be having the attitude that you have and for putting that forth.
Okay. Well, thank you, Barbara.
So it's like that joke. You make a plan, but what if there is no phase 4? It's kind of like that thing that is said in America that we make plans and God laughs. Except in this time, it is we make plans and COVID-19 laughs.
I'll go last, which is answering the first question. Is there anything I do almost every day that I want to stop doing? There is something that I realized when Julie closed out our meeting last week. She gave us some powerful suggestions about being intentional, about tasting the food that we eat, being present in the moment, and really not just doing things by rote, but really being intentional about them. And it affected me that very evening. So I have a lot of routines that I get into, one of which is at the end of my day, I'll have a glass of wine. And it's more of a habit than it is something that I enjoy. Although, you know, I think I enjoy the habit, the comfort, the routine of it, but I've almost lost the ability to even taste the wine and enjoy it. Again, it's sort of this habit. And last week after our meeting, I didn't feel like I needed it. I felt good. I felt out of my routine. Even these meetings are a way for me to get out of my routine. Getting out of that and being more intentional about the things that I do, that is how I would answer the question that has been posed to us. The other thing I would like to do more of in my life right now is get out and get back on a more regular exercise routine, which is good for the mind and the body, as we all know. I also would like to eat more healthfully, although I think I do all right there. So exercise would be something that I would like to do more of.
If I may, Constance, I had something prepared for the question about what I might want to do that I haven't been doing. Nothing, because I like having the free time. I'm not as tired as when I went off to the university. I'm finding, since I'm home, that I have more energy. So I'm not saying I haven't done anything, because I have. I refinanced my condo. I applied for Department of Agriculture for a loan for a new heating system. I painted all the doors in the woodwork. So
wow.
And I've gotten in touch with the family at a level that's appropriate, so that everybody can feel calmer, maybe go pick strawberries. And then I get to talk to all of you guys. I'm really enjoying this time.
Well, I do think that just being together and giving each other ideas, so many new worlds are opening up to us. It's great.
It is. And then this happened with us all getting together. It's good. So there really isn't anything else I want to do right now but these things.
Barbara, my Lord, that hair is so lovely. I guess it's about change. It's about having fun. And I think I forgot to say the things that I wanted to change and the things I wanted to do. So I will keep it brief, which I'm not so good at sometimes. Like Miss Griffin, I try to do too much at a time. I have too many projects going. So I am working on that still, that there's too many projects going at the same time. And some of that is just being new in America and wanting to try everything and to do everything and to date everyone and to find a real boyfriend. So busy, busy, busy thinking about things that don't really matter. So what I would like to do for moving forward is to focus the attention the way I sometimes see Jay Griffin, like as crazy and as wild as Jay Griffin is at times. When she wants to do something, she has this amazing focused concentration and more creativity than you can even imagine. I admire it. I admire how she can like sit down and write a book in a month. And I want to be more like that. I admire that in her. I admire that she can market all the things that she creates. Like I've been doing a lot of painting, and so has Mistress Julie, but we haven't really sold that much. We don't really care. But Jay Griffin, on the other hand, she is like at it all the time, and she's saying, I don't need the money. It's very lovely that I don't need the money, and I'm grateful. But we could raise some money and feed some poor people. We could raise some money and help some orphans or what have you. It's very admirable anyway. So I want to be a little less scattered in all I do, and I want to be more focused to be able to direct the creativity to fulfill projects. Miss Julie, she told me that I could wear those sunglasses that I had on in the beginning. And then I realized it was blocking my lovely eye accoutrements. So I decided that I would take those glasses off. But I wanted to show you the other pair she offered me. She said that she believes they're a little bit too much for her, but maybe for me and for Jay Griffin, we might be able to pull them off because we have more style than her. Okay, so here it is. What do you think? Do you think these are too much or are they just right?
Love them.
Well, she said that she does not mind that she bought them, even though she's never going to wear them on a show and never going to wear them publicly, because they are diva-esque after all. So she figured I would wear them, or Jay Griffin would wear them, or somebody else could wear them. You know, it's fun to mix things up. And she said, I only paid $1 for them, so what is the difference? And these I found, I don't even know who they belong to, but I think they're quite lovely, and they look very, very good on Mr. Julie. So there it is.
Looks like jazz hands.
You know, I just watched Rocket Man, the show about Elton John's life last week, and it reminds me of some glasses that Elton John would wear. Now, he was a very interesting character.
He was indeed. He was indeed. But even things like our reading glasses, our cheapo readers, like this is a very different look than if they had purple frames or pink frames or ones with the little fake diamonds on them. So, you know, change things up. What else have I got in here? Julie bought these, and she asked me to try them on because she thought they went with my outfit. So before she left, she thought this, but I think they make me look like a bug. So it's always important to try things on. So I threw these on, and I think they make me look like an insect. What do you think?
They match your hat.
Or an alien.
Yeah, it looks great.
Well, Bruno Banks has accused me, my employer's cousin Bruno Banks, the one who is in love with me and chases my skirt all around, according to Jay Griffin. Bruno Banks believes I'm a cyborg because he said I was so demure when I first came to the US of A, but now I seem to be half like Mistress Julie and half like Jay Griffin. And he says sometimes I even sound like Jay Griffin. I don't know what he's talking about. He is such a buffoon. But anyway, he believes that I am a cyborg that they had manufactured to put chips, some of the chips of her in, some of the chips of each of them, so that I could fill in for either of them. I do not believe they would be capable of such technology, although they are both brilliant women. But, you know, I don't think I'm a cyborg. Do these look like I'm a cyborg? They look pretty real, right? 100% real. So, not a cyborg. Maybe an alien, not a cyborg. Alien, cyborg, you decide. Or human being, it's possible. It is possible. I will turn the program back over, and I believe that Constance is going to introduce the next speaker.
Introduce who?
Dr. Abby is going to speak next. Is that correct?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I guess I just introduced her. Never mind.
You did.
So here we go. Here is Abby C. talking about the evolution of her life.
Ooh, okay. Well, I was interested in speaking to this subject because of cats. comments the other day about she and her daughter and how their relationship has changed since her daughter has grown up and moved out and gotten a new life, and how, I guess, liberating it has been for both of them, and how they have a new relationship now and how nice it is. I have a daughter and a son. My daughter is 30 and my son is 32. My daughter has moved out. She's been out. She's neurotypical, which, we parents of people with special needs also called tippies. She's a tippy. My son has autism, so it's been much more difficult to get him to a place where he can be more independent, in a place where I don't have to be his main focus out on his own. After a while, it drains on you a bit. And I did it as much for him as for me. One thing that I've observed with children with special needs and adults with special needs, they tend to not evolve quite as much as they should. Like that movie Failure to Launch. Mom still does laundry. Mom still cooks the food. I was finding I was taking care of him way more than was absolutely necessary for his own growth. So I got him a roommate who was a young lady that we used to have live with us. She has special needs too, but is considerably higher functioning than him in the areas of safety and general awareness of what's going on. The two of them are now sharing an apartment that Rich and I used to share together. I moved out so he could stay and enjoy the creature comforts, which is very important to people with autism. I moved in the same complex, an old factory building, and I moved in with a friend. There is some distance between us. I find that he is doing great. He's doing better, certainly, than he was with me. He's going out for walks with his roommate. They're going out to the local park that's right here, doing different things, going downtown, which I really had trouble motivating him to do. Frankly, I didn't want to. So it was hard to get him motivated to do stuff that I couldn't do or didn't want to do. It's a job for her. She does get paid a stipend and has free rent. Proud to say he's lost 40 pounds and he's doing much better. He had had a lot of health issues. A lot of it was weight related. So he's doing great, and I'm really enjoying not having to wake up to the same routine every morning, which he thrives on, but I don't. I enjoy getting up and having another day to live, but I don't want to have to talk about Winnie the Pooh every day of my life. So life is much better, and my daughter has taken on a larger role with him. The two of them have been doing the quarantine karaoke on Facebook, and they have a huge following. My daughter was a professional singer. The two of them just have such a nice, loving relationship, and it seems like the folks that are watching them on quarantine karaoke just really like their wholesomeness. They're in this world where there's so much negativity and back talking and all the racial stuff that's going on, and the COVID. I think it's kind of like watching Opie Taylor and Sheriff Taylor, who are really, really enjoying it. They get as many as 12,000 views in one half-hour segment. They really have a good following, and it's been really good for both of them. So life is good. I'm moving on. I have a new boyfriend, and if I want to go away for the weekend, I feel perfectly comfortable doing so. So I just built in a bit of a support system. His roommate and my roommate both are here if I go away, if something is needed. So it's been good. Free to be the diva I want to be now, which is kind of nice. Definitely less needed on a day-to-day basis, and in a way that I just really doesn't do much for me personally. So I'm excited, and I see him growing too, which is even more exciting, I think, because it's just, that's the idea. You keep them moving and want to see them grow and out of the nest, and there they are. It's good. So thank you for listening.
Well, I believe that you have displayed tremendous grace. You did all of that virtually on your own, and you did it under great stress and with tremendous grace and humor, and you've come out on the other side of the rainbow with a pot of gold in hand, because you've got your life ahead of you. You're beautiful. You had your distant cousin stand in last week for you, and she was so funny. We all enjoyed her tremendously. Did you see the shows?
Yes. Yes,
what did you think of her? What did you think of Roberta?
She did a great job.
Joe, I guess is her name.
And she needed that. I wanted her to be on before me, because she was so excited when Julie asked her to join the Diva group, because she just had no idea how to be a diva or what a diva was about. And, you know, having lost her husband, Harry Johnson, she was excited to be able to redefine herself. So she was very, very thankful, and she would like to be able to come back sometime.
Yeah, well, it would be lovely to have you both on the show. I would like to be on someday with Jay Griffin or with my mistress Julie, or maybe both. And maybe even there's talk that they might bring Bruno Banks on, just as an example of who not to date, although they won't say it quite that rudely. The point is, he's a good-natured buffoon, and that's easy to get sucked into. Is that correct? Have we all been sucked in by somebody that was good-natured?
I think us divas could take care of him.
Yes.
Okay, yes, we can keep him under control, although he has been kind of sniffing around my skirts. Get the broom and all of that. But anyway, that's the deal. Well done. Well done, Abby C. You're amazing. I just want to ask you, got to hear from Bobby Joe how she wants to bling her life up, and we know that you're out dating, and that is fun, and we know that you're doing for yourself, and that is grand. Is there anything you want to do to diva it up? To take the diva, like there's a song called Pump Up the Jam. You ever heard that? I wasn't quite sure as a foreigner what pump up the jam means, but you know, I'm picturing the jam jar, the thing you buy at Costco, the giant thing of jam that's got the pump on it. And I'm thinking, is this what this means? And somebody said, what are you, an idiot? Pump up the jam means something completely different. And then I looked it up because I was confused and I didn't want to appear to be an idiot. So I looked up the meaning of the lyrics, pump up the jam. And we're all wrong. It simply means turn the volume up. So is there anything you would like to do to turn up the volume of the divaness? Because clearly you're a diva. But how do you want to diva out even more?
Oh, geez. I'm anxious to get back to karaokeing. I do like to sing in public. That's a lot of fun. I was invited to sing with a band, but I didn't like the band, so that's not happening. Working on the health and just doing things that are both fun and enriching. I think in the midst of that, and just having my own personality that I can bring with it, I think that's where the diva comes in. I haven't really thought of any diva-specific things, but I do have my flashies on. Roberta told me she wore hers, so I wore mine out because I'm already a diva. I don't have a problem with that, but you know. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to be part of this group and a diva. So
and even for me, I haven't worn makeup in 6 months because I stopped caring. It's fun to put the makeup on and to do the hair and to feel pretty, and I'm having fun just with that.
Absolutely correct. And it is nice, and you know, it's not like we have to be overly fussy with it. It is fun. It is fun. Why not change things up? That is what it's all about, is keeping life fresh, keeping ourselves fresh. There can be days where we don't change out of our pajamas for a few days, especially in the current environment. When we do, let's really let it all out. I believe from meeting the rest of your family, your whole family, even the boys are kind of divas. I don't know what you call a boy diva, but they're all showboats. I think that is what Julie's husband, Frederick, calls them showboats, a family full of showboats. I would like to say, you are so pretty, Miss Abby.
Well, thank you.
Very pretty woman. Maybe it runs in your family.
Could be.
Could be.
Yes.
Okay, are we ready for me to do my thing? I'm going to get comfortable, but you can get comfortable, and you can watch this with your eyes open or with your eyes closed. And you know, whichever you prefer, it really doesn't matter, because the point is that we can all go into this space where we are super aware, where we are more aware of the truth. We can put a new frame around ourselves. Just like I said, sometimes it helps to take a photograph of yourself to see the real you that you might not see with your eyes, as we don't see what we see. Taking a picture helps. Paying attention to our ears and what we're hearing. Like, what are we really hearing? Are we hearing what we want to hear? Or are we hearing the truth? Because there's so much out there that is just BS. Let's first breathe and relax. Breathe. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. You can follow your breath in and follow your breath out. Follow your breath in and follow your breath out, and feel relaxation coursing through your body. A delightful dance of pleasure moving from the crowns of your head down through your forehead, your eyes, cheeks, nose, even your ears are relaxing. Your mind is opening up to the truth. Your ears are opening up to hear the truth. Your eyes are opening up to see reality, the absolute truth. Your mouth speaks the truth, hopefully, in ways that gets you what you want, what you need, as in line with your highest good. Continuing to breathe and to relax. As you now feel little tiny, teeny tiny, beautifully colored droplets of pleasure moving through your mind, tickling your mind, tickling your forehead, erasing any aging, relaxing your cheeks and your forehead and your mouth. Feel your mouth and your lips and your tongue. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing as you go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Allow that relaxation and those droplets of pleasure to flow through your shoulders and down your arms, and to move into and out from your heart, taking you deeper and deeper into pure, peaceful relaxation and into your own pure truth. And feel that relaxation now moving down through your spinal column, traveling through your throat, into your heart, through your kidneys, your spleen, your pancreas, your liver, traveling through your abdomen, and now allow the truth, helpful truths, to flow through your uterus, or the area your uterus occupied, and your ovaries, or the area they occupy, because energetically, it is not possible for us to ever lose anything. No matter what we have had done, no matter what has been done to us, we are complete beings on all levels. It is important to tell ourselves the truth about that, no matter what's gone on in the past. Some of it was just BS, and we know what BS stands for. It stands for something that is untrue in this application. So the truth is, we are always whole. We are whole women at birth. We are whole women at death. And now, as you feel that love juice, that beautiful, beautiful droplets of pleasure rolling through your body, you can feel a green light emanating in your heart and a yellow light traveling through your solar plexus. Bring your body, mind, and spirit into balance, and especially your chemical and hormonal levels, so that you can feel rocking, so that you can feel vivacious and vitally alive, even at this time of age and even throughout the rest of your years. You can instruct your mind to ensure that you have plenty of DHEA, testosterone, and all kinds of other female sex hormones, including estrogen and progesterone. In the ideal mix, it doesn't matter that most of us have completely gone through the change. We can still generate chemicals and hormones in our body, and anyone who told us otherwise was full of BS. So let the good juice flow inside our body. And we can also know, as you feel the green energy connecting to the yellow energy, that it's now connecting with the warm orange energy that travels through our reproductive system. A wonderful warm orange blast that is healing and perfecting our vaginal regions and reminding us of the importance, also the pleasure of a good Kegel exercise occasionally. It makes you feel good inside when you squeeze up inside yourself. Very nicely done. And if you do that a few times a day, it keeps all the good juice coming to the surface, because it is reminded that you are a walking, talking being of sexuality, if you choose it. I've heard the odd stories, to me they're odd, of women who do not care that much about sex, but personally, I want to have the option at all times to be sexy. I know many of my relatives who denied that. But now that I have tasted the pleasure of being a woman and of enjoying my body, I want it to keep getting better and better and go deeper with that love, deeper into the pleasure, and give yourself a few more of those kegels, those kegels. I don't know how to pronounce them exactly, but give yourself some and tell yourself every time you squeeze the walls of your vaginal area, you go deeper into hypnosis, deeper into pleasure, deeper into power, deeper into control, and you more fully release your health and your vitality, and if you so choose, your sexuality. Okay. And go deeper now as that warm orange energy becomes the perfect temperature to light you up inside, like the fireworks on the 4th of July, like the brightest of trees on the holiday season, like a menorah, like the sky full of stars. You can light yourself up like a rainbow, like the aurora borealis. Light yourself up and go deeper now, deeper as you squeeze those kegel muscles, and as your legs relax and your knees relax, and your shins and heels and ankles draw energy up through your feet, all the way up through your feet from the core of the earth, pulling that good energy, that good chi energy through your body and having it mix with all the endorphins and serotonin and dopamine and other helpful chemicals and hormones that your body deliciously and delightfully and happily creates inside you, like one of the bestest of miracles right there inside you at your call. In fact, you can program a dimmer switch in your mind to release the chemicals and hormones, to produce juice wherever you want it in your body at whatever time. Now that I've gone through menopause, I can think about a faucet in my vaginal region being turned on, and the kegels will help that. And I can also tell my brain to balance my chemicals and hormones so I feel much younger, premenopausal, but without that nasty menstrual cycle. It's like reversing the aging process, making us more beautiful, more sexy, more turned on. You can do that through the power of your mind. And a good sex fantasy always helps too, should you so choose to partake in 1 or 10 or 100. I think it's very easy to have sexual fantasies. I enjoy a good fantasy, whether it is a fantasy about what I'm going to wear the next day, or what I'm going to do when I get a boyfriend. Whatever it is, you can fantasize about the perfect future. Now, part of that to protect you from these things that I'm speaking of, because you will become so sexy if you want to be, so vivacious, that we also have to be mindful that sometimes we fib to ourselves. I don't care if you fib to other people. That's your business. It is your karma. It is your business if you want to stretch the truth a little, exaggerate, spin a tail. God knows we've all done that. If you want to do that, that's fine. But the person you do not BS is yourself. We can all see the signs when someone is BSing us. And you can now imagine that there is a warning signal in your mind, like a horn or a beeper or an aruga. If someone is BSing you, you'll hear the aruga. But if at any time you BS yourself with some crap like, oh, I need this, thinking that I need a glass of wine. If you want a glass of wine, have a glass of wine, but don't tell yourself I need it to calm down or it's ritual. With Mistress Julie, she's told herself for years that sugar was okay, she had low blood sugar or whatever, some BS she gave herself. But she's broken free of that. And she's broken free of alcohol and so many things. It's because she put a BS monitor. So she is now mindful, not like a aruga that she hears when other people BS her. This is like an air raid horn, and I don't even remember what those sound like because I don't want to remember. But it's very, very loud and very shocking. You can set that inside yourself. When someone BS's you, or when you don't see or smell the BS coming at you, that you will hear the aruga horn or any other sound or feeling of your choice to alert you that someone is BSing you, because it is so prevalent. Our society BS's us. We've been BS'd by our doctors, by the pharmacologists, by the food industry that's trying to sell us things. There's so much BS out there, BSing rituals that we engage in that aren't really good for us. So Be aware, have your BS monitor on. What do you really need? Only you can decide that. I'm not trying to change you because I can't change anyone except myself. And that is a full-time job. You have to ask yourself, what do you BS yourself on? What is tempting to say to yourself just to give yourself permission to do the wrong thing? Have we ever done that? Have we ever given ourselves permission by coming up with a BS excuse? Oh, it's okay because, it is okay I should do this because, or I'll do it just this one time because, it's BS. BS, especially if the thing you are lying to yourself about or making excuses about hurts you. You have to decide if you want to implement it, if you want it to be just when other people BS you, or if you want to have it for yourself. But you can hear the BS now. You can see the BS coming at you. You can even smell the BS because it smells like, you know what? It smells stinky. If you smell stink around you, that is another warning. If you see it, if you see signs, do not excuse them in other people who are attempting to BS you. That's what I'm talking about today, the BS monitor. And I appreciate you ladies listening. I hope that the BS monitor serves you. I know it has served me. I love you, all three of you, and the other divas that aren't here tonight. I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I just met you. Feel yourself coming back with the good truths. And remember the crystals and the BS monitor. And any other helpful words, because there's been so much sharing here tonight, so many good words. And I'm so very impressed and so happy to know you. So let's bring ourselves back with some clearing breaths. And in a moment, we will wrap the show up, but we can still talk for a bit. Clearing up, bringing up the breath. Feeling great and being happy. My name is SAMIRA CHEHABI, and I am your servant and the servant of Julie G. and Transcend Life, and now of the Aging Divas. Blessings to you all. Allah blesses you. Jesus blesses you. Mohammed, Buddha, the whole crew blesses you. And infinite spirit touches you and lives inside you. Bye-bye.
That was really sweet.
Hey, sometimes the truth is ugly, is it not?
Oh yeah, I want to be too.
God knows my director Pedro has been trying to get me to do this.